What if one right decision could shift your entire life, your entire bloodline, your entire businesses? What if legacy isn't what you leave, but what you decide to leave? Hey, everybody, I'm Dr. Martin Williams. What I do is I help purpose-driven leaders discover, develop, and deploy their divine assignment so that they can reign in life on the earth without losing who they are. And in this session, what's most important to me is that I want to mentor you. I want to show you how royal decisions are made. If you're a king or queen, it's all because of how your head works and the decisions that you make cognitively on purpose. I want to say this, especially to those of you who might be sitting in the back and you didn't really hear what I said. What I want you to understand is kings rise because of decisions that they make, not the stupidity that they operate in. They are wise, they have counsel, and they actually make decisions based on legacy. What's next? What's ahead? What's going to be here when I leave? That's a king. That's how he or she makes decisions. Decisions define destiny, point blank, period. So life is a sequence of decisions, and each decision either leads you to a closer walk or a closer realization of what you want or your calling, or it furthers you from it. It moves you, it puts you extra distance between you and what you really want, the life you really want to live. Well, I made some mistakes. Well, the mistakes are because of decisions that you and I have made. Kings make proper decisions. So dominion is not a title. Just because I say I'm a king, just because I wear the title doesn't mean I have dominion over anything. It's a trial of wise decision. It's this trial of your life that literally leads a trail. It's a trial that leaves a trail of your decisions. You look back on your life. I look back on my life. When I look back and I see some things have happened, I have to say in some sort of way, I made decisions. And even if I didn't make a decision, I made a decision. Again, it might be important for you to hear this again. When I look back in my life and I see what's really happened, I have to say to myself, I either made a decision or didn't make a decision, and the decision made itself for me. I need to be very direct in what I do, and I must own it. Don't lie to other people. Don't blame other people. Deal with yourself and have discipline enough to make sure that you're making decisions that make sense. Because every miracle you'll ever prayed for, every miracle you've ever prayed for still has to have a decision. There has to be a decision to move toward that dream, that prayer, that thing that you would like to happen in your life. Simply put, I like the story. I like talking about Adam all the time because Adam's one decision, listen to me, these are decisions. Adam made one decision to disobey, and it cost him his kingship. It cost him his dominion over the earth. Jesus made one decision to obey, and he restored it. It's a choice, right? So one choice is independence. The other choice is alignment. Adam's choice was independence. Jesus's choice was alignment with his call. You and me, we simply have to make decisions based on our alignment with our personal call on this earth. It's so important that we do that. Here's the next principle. The decision you avoid today becomes the delay you regret tomorrow. There needs to be decisions that are made that are right, but they also need to be decisions that relate to your today. And when you delay those decisions, you'll regret it tomorrow. Sometime in your life, you'll regret it. That's just the way it is. So you don't need more time. You need more decisive time. You need more decisive action. You need better categories of choices of which you can choose from to build your life. Because the kings of the earth don't pray for clarity and then procrastinate. You can't pray for clarity. You can't get counsel for clarity. Talk to someone about clarity. Now you're clear, and now you're going to wait. That does not work. The fear of failure is the enemy to dominion. When you fear failing, you'll procrastinate. You'll put it off. You won't carry on. You will wait. You want to pray more. You want to have more advice, and you never get it done because you're procrastinating. Procrastinating could cost you everything. Procrastination is indecisiveness. But here's what most people don't understand. And I want you to really understand this. Not making a decision is a decision made. One more time. Not making a decision is a decision that you've made. Life doesn't stop because you stop and procrastinate. It keeps moving. And if you don't make decisions at the right time that make sense, it will be too late in just a little bit. In just a little bit of time, situations change. People are moving around in their ideology, what they desire, or what's happening in the earth. You have to be so confident that you make decisions and you move when you're supposed to move. Do you hear me? We all have to think about that. We all have to think about that. Every business breakthrough started with a decision. In the entrepreneur's mind, in the leader's mind, everything that's great started because there was the decision made over a risky idea. Generational curses, generational poor, generational bad relationships, no communication, sickness, disease, unforgiveness, all those things, they happen because someone decided not to decide. Somebody in your family's got to put their foot down and make a decision. We're not living that way anymore. I think that should be you. Okay. That's my opinion. I think that should be you because you're learning how to live like a king. Indecision is still decision, and it will cost everybody. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to answer this question. What decision am I delaying that could deliver my destiny? For everybody in the back row, what decision am I delaying that could actually determine my future that is bright, that is great, and it's amazing? I've got to make that decision because it determines my destiny. You and I are the same. We have to answer the question, what am I delaying? I've got to deal with that delay. I'm going to pay for that delay later. Another question for you. What small act of obedience could shift my entire life's direction? One decision in my life that if I acted on it right now in obedience, it would shift everything about me. Just one decision, a relational decision, a region in the world that I'm going to move to decision, what job to take decision, what relationships, whether it's friendships, partnerships, business, marriage. What is the one thing, that one small act that I could be obedient in that would shift my entire life? So here's the big ask. I want you to write it down. Write this down. Kings don't wait for perfect conditions. Write it down. Kings don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through decisions. Write it down. Put that in your notes. Say that quote at least 5, 6, 7 times a day to yourself. Kings don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through decision. That's what you and I do. We create these systems through our decision making. That's how life works. Subscribe to this channel and go ahead and watch the next video.